Um, give me a minute, chat. Excuse me, chat. I had to clear my throat because apparently, as I was blowing my nose earlier, or not too long ago, you know how that is. But yo, what's good, chat? How y'all feeling today? I'm feeling blessed. Back with more of the Walking Dead Season 3. I figured I could just continue more of it, you know. I have nothing to play. I have work tomorrow, which is gonna pretty much be later today. But not today, but later today, like tomorrow pretty much. There's a time last week where I stayed up all the way to 5. I'm like, damn, I was still awake. Still energetic, still awake. You feel me? Definitely not gonna do that again though. I'm pretty sure like the more you do it, it's not healthy for you. I mean, I don't get tired, but it's not healthy for your brain. For your body, for me, like I don't my body never gets tired. It's what about my brain? It doesn't get tired, but like when it comes to my mental trauma, it can like make me lose blood and that's not great. Anyway, it's pretty rare to see someone who never gets tired, but you gotta realize that everybody's gotta sleep regardless. But there's some things I want to mention about like anything specifically. And I was asking myself, is this like a real thing where you can find someone lost, like a human being in general, or any creature? Like Clementine, for example, Lee found her when she was younger. Obviously, she was at the human stage of being a kid, regardless of her chronological age, regardless of her human stage, and regardless of how mentally mature she is, whether she had the mental trauma or not. But she did have the mental trauma. It was very high. In season 3, it's in between. In season 4, it's gonna be like low. Or was season 2 in between? I'll say season 2. No. Season 2 was... No, actually, no, it was decreasing a bit for season 3, but season 4 it's quite a bit. I'm pretty sure. But I was asking myself, what would you... Is there something of like where you can find a human, whether they're an adult or no. Whether they're a kid, a teenager, or an adult. And I asked myself, could this possibly happen? Could there be a time where I could find someone younger or taller, which I refer to teenagers or adults? You may be asking me this. You may be like, no, this is fiction. No, and this is like something very rare considering the fact that most people are survivors in real life and they know how to manage it. And some people be like, yeah, you can find someone who's a kid, a teenager, or an adult who's lost and is willing to just have help and not just be alone. Because there's this movie called The Fifth Wave. I'm pretty sure that girl was an adult. She was found by another person who was an adult as well. I'm not saying this because of the human stage. I'm just saying in general, like a human being helping their own kind, whether they're a kid, teenager, and an adult especially, regardless of their chronological age, regardless of their human stage, and regardless of how mentally mature they are. Because, you know, we're all human beings in general. But could this be possible? I mean, it's pretty rare because we're not in an apocalypse, you know? But Lee ran into Clem. He found her because she was going to some house. I'm pretty sure wherever the car was at, I'm pretty sure out of that fence and further ahead is like the highway that Lee came out of. Which I'm like, damn, that's very interesting. I love how Telltale is so deep in their story. They have too much depth of the story, you know, detailed specifically. You feel me? And I always ask myself this, you know. Other thing that I want to mention as well is what's it called? Oh yeah, because I mentioned to myself, or not mentioned to myself, I mentioned to some people, like I mentioned to Danny, Houghton, Hydro, obviously, because he is from the state, but I'm not gonna say which city. But I mentioned that I want to move in like LA in like 4 more years. But I asked myself this because I noticed that, or I knew that this would happen specifically. There's a wildfire or some type of fire or whatever at California, and some people said that someone caused it, and some say that God caused it as a form of punishment for sinners. But I've asked myself, should I move there 4 more years, or do you think in 4 more years it's gonna possibly already be rebuilt and futuristic? What are y'all saying? I say someone were to cause it, but to myself I'm like, if they caused it, then they would have announced that person's in jail, unless the person is very clever sinfully, because obviously you're not supposed to use intelligence for that. He would have escaped, and the cops are still tracking that person down, whether it's a male or a female. Don't be stereotypical. It could be a female too, but you never know. What if it's not a person and God actually caused it for a specific reason, and people are like praying that God spares them and use a fire for sinners only and not those of righteous people. Who knows? Who knows? Because I'm like, but this is like 4 more years I'm gonna move there. It's not like I'm gonna be like, oh, it's still happening, and 4 years later, still happening. No, it's gonna potentially be gone, so there's nothing to worry about. I'm sure Hydro would say something like this to me, or other people would be like, don't worry, man. In 4 years from now, you wouldn't even see the fire. You would have asked God that He is a thankful and saving God, which is the one and only Jesus Christ, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, because Jesus Christ is the one and only God Almighty. But he'll be like, my son, I've done great things, and I've stopped the fire, since majority of those are righteous people, and there's not much sinners willing to cause more moral trouble to the city of California, of the nation or country, the United States of America, in the world I created. That's what God will possibly say to me, something like that. I mean, who knows why the fire is caused? It could be by God, or it could be by a person, and God didn't want that to happen, meaning that person, what they caused was a sin of wrath and arrogance, meaning he's selfish and doesn't care about others, and wrath. He wants to take anger on other instead of going to God to end the anger peacefully and righteously. Or it could have been God, but who knows? Leave a comment down below. Do you think a person caused the wildfire? Well, it seems like a wildfire, but who knows? Or do you think God caused it for a specific reason and not a bad reason or wrong reason? Because why would God do that to plenty of the innocent, righteous people? You feel me? People could be murderers divinely without ever physically killing. That's what I'm referring to, or what I'm referring to. You feel me? But anyway, chat, without further ado, let's get straight to the shit. Whatever happens in 4 years, I'm sure everything will be perfect, just for me to raise my future children. Because as of currently, my children, they're with God before they come to this world, before they experience what sin is like in this world, and everything that's the opposite of righteousness, peace, and joy, and humility. They have to be in heaven. Because, hey, the only way they can come to this world is if I release them into my life. If you know what I mean. I'm not gonna get into the details. I'm not gonna get into the details. You feel me? You know what I'm referring to. For those who do know. For those who don't, do your research. If you think it's right, and if you're mentally mature, regardless of your chronological age, regardless of your human stage, and regardless of how mentally mature you are, considering the fact that we're all human beings in general. But do your research if you want to. If you don't want to, it's all good. But for those who do know, you know. I'm not gonna get into the details, and that's gonna be like in 4 more years that I want children. Well, 4 more years where my wife gets pregnant. Hey, let's just say that. 4 years is your hint. I'm not gonna say which months. It's a surprise. And the year after that is when she could give birth. Anyway, chat, without further ado, let's get straight to the shit. Then episode 5 and then season 4. I may possibly play a bit. We'll see. I mean, I'm very active if I sleep late. Regardless, if you mean. Oh my gosh. I can't wait for Monday Night Raw tomorrow on Netflix. I mean, hey, it's great. I mean, I don't like that they changed the rating, but hey, to situate certain things, if you mean, start small and work their way up. That's just how they want it. And they said that they'll never take that rating away, PG rating, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna change in the future. They're just saying that for now, but I'm pretty sure in the future things will change. You feel me? You'll see, you'll see.
Clem, you come with me to get the truck. Gabe and Kate, you guys hang back here. Be ready for anything.
Let's go.
I think I should go with you, actually.
That wasn't the plan, Gabe.
Actually, I was kind of hoping you'd be willing to watch my back on this one. Don't want to get surprised while I'm out there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I guess somebody needs to be a lookout.
Come on, Gabe.
What?
Nothing. Gabe and I will be fine back here.
Yo, Kate. Don't be snooping at us. Or Clement Gabe is what I meant. You know what I'm referring to, Che, you know. But, like, I like how, you know, some people don't want them in a relationship, but I say they should. Even though in Season 4, Clem could easily be with Violet or Lewis. But in Season 5, all three of them, damn, Clem is like, I'm the chicken mama right there, you know what's up. But I like how Javier talks to them as if, you know, they're most likely all mature, like all of them mentally, you know, regardless of their chronological age, regardless of their human stage, and regardless of how mentally mature they are, you know? Because they're all human beings in general, and he's talking to all other humans. Not all other humans, but all of his own kind, you feel me? Yeah, all of his own kind, so... Not like talking to other creatures. But even then, if you talk to other creatures specifically, you're like to yourself, I'm pretty sure you could use the language you're using now, specifically the English language, as you're talking to other ones. Like, if I talk to a grizzly bear, I'll be like, hey man, I get that you want to go home. I get that you're lost. But time come with patience. That's what I'll say to a bear. Really, I would. And he'll be like, okay, I'm kidding, chat. My grandpa has a pet dog, because it used to be my aunt. If I talk to it like that, I'll see how it reacts. Because obviously she understand, because like I'm pretty sure when we talk to other creatures in heaven, they could officially have their voice back, which would be cool. They'll be like, I died because of a reason, because God wanted me here. He wanted me to rest in peace first, but once he came to this world, he brought me into heaven. Heaven came to earth, came into the sky, came onto the sky that it used to be at, and it was official. It came into the heaven, and I could officially have peace and officially talk to those who wants me. Those who are chosen. Those who are not chosen, I'm pretty sure those who are in hell will be there for like thousands of years. It just feels like an eternity. Well, it's not infinitely forever. It's just eternal because it feels like a very, very long period. Like a long time. You feel me, chat? Like, I figured that, before I check on anything. Like, before I, you know. Like, once the 1,000 years is over, they're gonna be redeemed and onto Earth. They're gonna be like, wow, Earth is made new. But they wouldn't be like, I didn't know Earth would be like this. Like it used to be, like the Bible says, for those who did read the Bible but weren't chosen. But those who never read the Bible, they would have said the same thing. Because some people, you know, they preach the Bible. I'm sure everybody in this world had to know certain Bible verses. I'm pretty sure they'll say something like that. But actually, they won't. They'll actually know what Earth is like. They're like, wow. Indeed, this is how Earth is meant to be like. Like meaning they knew that Earth will be like this. Anyway, I'm gonna talk to Clem and Gabe. Ladies first though, so let's talk to Clem and then check out on certain things. You feel me? Like no rush. You feel me?
What's going on?
Thanks.
For what?
Helping out with Gabe. He's having a rough time.
Mentally?
Yeah, we all are. I'm just doing what I can.
Oh, yeah, obviously. I'm not a dumbass. Or
Let's keep
Javier.
that truck.
Javier's not a dumbass. that screaming sound? Can you hear that, chat? Is that like in the game or is that like my background, like somewhere in my house, my mom's house? I can hear like something like that. I can't. It's gonna take time for me to pronounce it, or not pronounce it, but to process on how it would sound like. You feel me? Like as I do the voice of it, or the way I sound it. You feel me? That's what I'm referring to. Dr. Gabe, see how he's feeling.
What's up?
I know this is tough on you, but try not to get too nervous. We'll be fine.
Thanks, Javi. Let's just find that truck.
Oh, I was thinking he was gonna say something else. Ah, don't be too nervous. Eventually, you'll start to want to be in a relationship. Well, no, he already is, because it seems like they are. But it seems like Javi would. Bro, I keep on getting Insta noties. Like, come on, man. Like, every time I get it, it just sticks. Like, it stays there. Doesn't go away. Doesn't, like, go away automatically. Notification of Instagram, you feel me? Like the Insta notification. Or the Insta noties. But what I was gonna mention, like, he was gonna say, ah, don't be nervous. You'll get used to it as you're still being in a relationship. And then Gabe will be like, what? But he's like saying, don't be nervous, we got this, you know? We'll talk later. What happened back there? Anyone out there? Back there. Yeah, I'm gonna ask him that.
Listen, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but if we don't work together as a team, we all fail.
You don't have to say anything. I get it. I shouldn't have freaked out. I was sick of being pushed aside. I hope you can trust me again.
Well, I
Do
always
whatever
have.
you need me to do. But Javi,
Yeah?
quit treating me like a kid.
He means don't treat him like he's immature. That's like a figurative way of saying it. Do you feel me? Like, if my son or daughter were at a human stage of actually being a kid and they were at that height, I'm sure they'll be mentally mature as well, regardless of their chronological age, regardless of their human stage, and regardless of how mentally mature they are. You feel me? Because, you know, hey, like, we're all mentally mature, so... We're not all mentally mature. We're all human beings in general, so we're meant to be treated equally. Hey, people use that term, and yet they treat them like, oh, they gotta, like, when it comes to the current laws, yes, for safety reasons, but, like, sometimes we treat them like they're immature, like they can't do these things, but we could say, for safety reasons, but once the law changes, then you're allowed to do it. But as of currently, I gotta wait until I'm 21 when it comes to drinking public places, but I can still drink at home. And hey, man, I'm mentally mature, I'm a responsible drinker. Regardless of, you know what, you know what I'm gonna say. So,
There it is.
and here we go,
Let's
we
go.
found the truck. But don't worry, Gabe is gonna be treated like a man and always will be. He's just saying don't treat me like I'm immature and that I'm not a man. Treat me like I'm a man in the way I'm meant to be. That's how I would say too. But I wouldn't use figurative language because people would be confused. I'll say stop treating me like I'm immature. I'm a mature boy. Hey, I said boy. I didn't say man. Term man means to describe someone who's mentally immature. Boy is a way of describing a gender. And male is a classification of a gender specifically. You feel me? You know what I'm referring to.
What are the chances?
I'd say about 50-50.
Damn, Clem's badass.
Smartass.
Actually, she's a smartass. Excuse me. Actually, she's both. Badass and smartass. Whoa. They're already awake. I can see those muscles on Clem. I'm pretty sure she never works out and she eats a lot of meat. Like animal meat.
Early risers.
Obviously, meat comes from every creature.
Come on, we gotta hurry and finish before more people wake up.
What are we gonna do?
We can't start the engine. Not without attracting a lot of attention. Kate, you steer. The rest of us are gonna get behind the truck and push. See if we can't get some distance between us and them. Ready?
Ready.
Ready.
Use the muscles, Gabe. I know earlier you couldn't use that muscle when you tried to get me out of that cell. Get me out of that cell, but like you got this.
Turns out you needed me after all, huh?
Hell yeah, bro.
I'm just saying.
Just push a
I know
truck.
you didn't want me to
Glad
come
you were
along.
here. I'm trying to keep you
If
safe.
I'd stayed behind,
Ah, he can take care of himself.
maybe
He's
we
safe
wouldn't have been
with
able
or
to get
without
the
you.
truck.
I'm glad you were here, okay?
At least you can admit it.
Yeah. Well, it turns out you're pretty useful when you actually follow directions.
Clem's like, hey, I can hear those.
Don't think those guys will be able to hear
Badass
the engine all
moments.
the way over here. I put it in neutral. Couldn't find an ignition key in there. Guess you'll have to hotwire it.
Oh, my mama.
Show yourself.
Excuse me, Chad. What was I saying?
I'll need something to strip the wires.
They left all their supplies lying around. Bet there'll be some tools out there somewhere.
Just try to hurry, okay?
Yeah, we'll do. That does not look like a truck. That looks like a Well, I'll tell you it's a truck. I'm pretty sure it's like a armored truck. Watch this. I bet once I open it, there's gonna be a zombie coming at me. Coming at me, I meant. Watch this, watch. Told you. Just, he's grabbing me, so. God damn, Javi knew what to get, and he get. Damn, I can see his brain. Like, are your bones like broken? Like it's like
Almost
rotting
there.
and eating itself?
Keep an eye out while I get it
I
started.
want to know.
okay?
I'll check on the guys in the office.
What, you gonna talk to them and say,
Clean
hey,
look
what's
out the
up? I'm
lockers.
just a lady out here.
Okay.
Want to hook up with someone?
goes.
Like, are you gonna do that, baby girl? Like, chill. And no, she won't chat. She wants to make sure they're not gonna come out. Really say she'll flirt with these guys? Come on, man. I'd rather kill him and let them go to
Wire
hell.
cutter should help with
Actually, I
this.
wouldn't do that. Never murder somebody regardless. Even if it's, yeah, self-defense, but do it when they're gonna show danger. Like a sign of danger specifically, if you mean. Yeah, Caleb played a Walking Dead Season 3, so I know someone that is at a different human stage, like at a human stage, you know, playing this, regardless of their chronological age, regardless of their human stage, and regardless of how mentally mature they are, you feel me, Chad? Because, you know, we're all human beings in general, so. Feel me, Chet? But you know exactly what I'm referring to, you feel me? But I'm just saying, he plays Walking Dead Season 3. But he should buy the whole
Gotta connect
game.
the battery to
He
the
should
ignition.
consider playing the whole game, you feel me? Anyway.
Don't get electrocuted. Don't get electrocuted.
That's the right one, though?
Shit.
Yeah, man, it's this one.
Let there be light.
Hell yeah.